One of the most fascinating evolutions in watchmaking has been the modern rebranding of Tudor. For decades, the company was positioned as a more affordable option to parent company Rolex, boasting a selection of comparable models such as the similarly named Tudor Submariner and the Prince OysterDate, which resembles the Datejust. The brand flourished because it offered the precision and style many sought in a renowned Rolex watch, but for a fraction of the price. However, for largely unknown reasons, Tudor pulled out of the American market around the mid-2000s, and as a result, slipped off many collectors' radars. Management at Tudor never lost hope, though, and devised a plan to relaunch the brand with an entirely new identity, one that pulled Tudor out from under Rolex's massive shadow and made it an honest competitor of the brand instead of merely an affordable alternative. Part of their strategy was to focus on an emerging trend at the time: heritage watches. In 2013, Tudor officially announced its return to the US market with watches like the Tudor Heritage Black Bay, Pelagos, and Heritage Chrono. It was a new age of Tudor watchmaking, which we will cover briefly with an overview of a few of Tudor's main collections. The Black Bay is arguably one of the most successful collections from Tudor's rebranding. It debuted in 2012 as an honest interpretation of the vintage Tudor Submariner and features inherently vintage design elements, such as a gilt-style dial, a crown without modern guards, and a bracelet decorated with rivets. The collection has grown significantly since then, featuring heritage-inspired dive watches, chronographs, GMTs, and even dressier models with smooth or diamond-encrusted bezels. No longer restricted by Rolex's traditional design codes, Tudor can experiment with more daring metal finishes such as bronze, ceramic, and even 925 silver. Additionally, Tudor has transitioned the collection from ETA movements to Tudor manufacture movements and has upgraded some of those calibers to master chronometers, a prestigious distinction previously only offered to Omega, and that holds both a METIS and COSC certification. While Tudor has been careful over the past decade to hold fast to its own identity, we still see many influences from its parent company, Rolex, sprinkled throughout its portfolio. For example, the Black Bay GMT has bezel options that closely resemble the Rolex Pepsi and Root Beer GMT Master models, and the 2024 monochrome Black Bay models look suspiciously like the Rolex Submariner. Another fascinating model is the Tudor Pelagos, the brand's signature titanium dive watch. It hasn't evolved quite as dramatically as the Black Bay since its inception in 2012, but several modern upgrades are worth mentioning. For the first several years, the collection featured a 42mm case, ETA movement, and unidirectional bezel. However, in 2015, Tudor added the Pelagos to the growing list of watches powered by a Tudor manufacturer caliber, complete with a longer 70-hour power reserve and a chronometer rating. A left-hand Pelagos followed the next year, featuring the crown on the left side of the case, followed shortly after by a 39mm model in 2022. In 2021, Tudor steered the Pelagos in a somewhat different direction with the first FXD model. During this era, Tudor also released the Royal, a luxury sports watch with an integrated bracelet and a bezel with an alternating fluted and polished finish. It appears the model was influenced by the vintage Rolex Oyster quartz. The silhouette is similar, and the collection has the option for a date or a day-date dial, just like the Rolex model. Either way, it follows the trend for integrated bracelets that has been taking the market by storm in recent years while maintaining an affordable price point by relying on either Sellita or ETA movement instead of a Tudor caliber. Lastly is the Tudor 1926, a vintage-inspired mechanical watch that pays homage to the brand's past and enduring commitment to precision. It recalls the aesthetic of classically elegant Tudor dress watches from long ago, with a similar domed and embossed dial and curved self-winding text at 6 o'clock. We've merely scratched the surface of what Tudor has accomplished since its rebranding. Over the past 4 years alone, the brand has made several upgrades to its portfolio, including the Rolex-inspired Black Bay Pro and the first entirely solid gold Black Bay 58, just to name a few. The new era of Tudor watchmaking proves that the brand hasn't lost its knack for on-trend and precision-driven timepieces. It was risky to branch away from a watchmaker with as much influence as Rolex, but it has proven to be a smashing success. What do you think Tudor will come up with next? Time will tell.